We should be greatly disturbed by the J6 pardons because it's a harbinger of what's to come. Yes, it's wrong because the January 6 rioters committed violent acts against law enforcement. And yes, this is yet another gaslighting experience where Donald Trump is rewriting history and telling us what we saw with our own eyes is not true. But that's not the real concern. The real concern is that this is just the beginning of the Trump term 2 illegal actions and Donald Trump acting outside of the law. It's the first example, his day one example of breaking the law and then testing the American people whether we will stand up for this injustice. He will continue to blame the courts that block his unconstitutional or illegal action. He will break the law and then blame the law enforcement. He did that while he was out of office during the Biden administration. He broke the law and then would blame the law for going after him. He will blame the deep state, and he's going to use the pardon power, like for the J6 rioters, to support those who break the law on his behalf. He has proven that the law doesn't matter if it's done on his behalf. Illegal action doesn't matter if you support him. Let's take an example. He and Stephen Miller aspire to end birthright citizenship. He signed an executive order doing so. So birthright citizenship is guaranteed under the 14th Amendment, and it says that those who are born in the United States automatically become U.S. citizens. So if you're undocumented here in the United States, as about 15 million Americans are, and you have a child, that child is automatically a U.S. citizen. Now, Trump wants to end that and disincentivize undocumented immigration. So the law is pretty clear on this, but let's say that the courts and the Supreme Court say no, this executive order is illegal. We could see a similar situation to what Andrew Jackson did in the 1800s by defying the Supreme Court. Andrew Jackson did illegal action, and then Supreme Court Justice John Marshall overruled him, and he says John Marshall has made his decision, let him enforce it, right? The executive branch has the power to enforce the laws. And the power of the executive has only grown over the last 30 years, and certainly over the last few hundred years. And you can apply this goal to any, this fear to any of his goals. MAGA is going to love this. MAGA loves his defiance. When he defies the laws or the courts or the deep state, MAGA loves it. And the rest of the population, as proven by his recent election, just clearly doesn't care. Clearly doesn't care about his authoritarian adjacent behaviors and tendencies. This has been proven time and time again that democracy and the rule of law and norms historically held up by presidents due to feelings of guilt or shame or honor or tradition are just not the top priority for the American people. You see this because, well, after January 6th, he still won re-election. And so this is the road down authoritarianism. This is the road down authoritarianism, and we should be concerned.